The morning unfolded slowly, as if the world wanted to savor every second before the day fully awakened. A soft golden glow began spreading across the horizon, gently painting the sky in warm shades of amber and peach. The grass swayed lightly, moving in harmony with the early breeze that carried the familiar scent of fresh soil, a smell that felt both grounding and full of possibility. Birds chirped from distant trees, their songs blending into the calm of the morning. Even before anything happened, the day already felt like it held something meaningful inside it. There was a quiet stillness around the construction site, the kind that comes right before a significant moment. The ground was cool beneath our feet, and the shadows were long and soft. Standing there, looking at the open space where the dream home would eventually rise, it was impossible not to feel a wave of excitement. The thought that today the next big step would begin made the heart beat with a mixture of joy and anxious anticipation. It was the kind of feeling that reminded us why we started this journey in the first place. Then, from far down the dusty road, the sound appeared, a low rumble, steady and growing louder. Everyone turned their heads at the same moment. The delivery truck was coming. Its engine hummed like a promise approaching the land. For a brief second, time felt suspended, as if the universe paused to acknowledge the importance of this moment. With every foot the truck moved closer, the sense of progress grew stronger. The dust rose behind it in a soft cloud, shimmering in the morning light like tiny floating sparks. As the truck finally pulled up to the site and came to a slow stop, its heavy engine released a deep exhale. The workers in the back began moving before the dust even settled. The metal door at the rear swung open, revealing the materials we had been waiting for: bricks stacked neatly, solid wooden beams, thick iron rods, and heavy cement bags arranged in tight rows. Seeing them felt like seeing the future in physical form. These were not just materials. They were the bones of the home we had dreamed of for so long. The workers climbed down with practiced grace, greeting us with smiles that carried warmth and familiarity. Some joked lightly about the weather, others commented on the growing brightness of the morning sun. Their energy spread across the space, turning the stillness into motion. The first bag of cement hit the ground with a soft thud, followed by another and then another. Bricks clinked together gently, wooden beams slid against each other with a low groan, and the air filled with the steady rhythm of unloading. Dust swirled around their feet, catching the light and creating a golden mist around the piles of materials. Each sound, each movement felt like a small step toward the dream becoming real. Watching everything being placed carefully in its spot filled the heart with a deep sense of gratitude. This wasn't just progress, it was a reminder of how far we had come, and how close we were getting to the life we had imagined. For a moment, standing there among the rising sun, the workers' laughter, and the growing stacks of materials, everything felt perfectly aligned. The land, the people, the moment, it all came together like a quiet promise whispered into the morning air. Today was more than a delivery day. It was the beginning of the next chapter in a journey built on hope, patience, and the belief that dreams, when nurtured, always find their way into reality. The morning began with a gentle breeze moving through the tall grass, carrying with it the soft scent of earth that only Africa can offer. Light slowly pushed away the last traces of night, and the sky shifted from deep blue to a warm gold. It was the kind of morning that whispered promise, the kind that made you feel like something wonderful was waiting just ahead. Even before the truck arrived, the day already felt important. There was a quiet excitement in the air, the kind that makes your heart beat a little faster without knowing why. Then, in the distance, the low rumble appeared steady, growing louder with each second. The delivery truck. The moment we had been waiting for. As it turned onto the dusty road leading to the site, the rising sunlight bounced off its metal sides, making it look almost glowing. With every meter it approached, our dream felt closer, more real. When it finally halted in front of us, the engine exhaled a heavy breath, and the workers jumped down quickly, ready to unload. The back of the truck opened, revealing stacks of bricks. Neatly tied bundles of metal rods, smooth wooden beams, and heavy cement bags lined in rows. It was like looking at treasure materials that would soon transform into walls, rooms, and memories. The workers began to offload piece by piece. The sound of bricks touching the ground created a rhythm, a steady heartbeat of progress. Dust rose around their feet, dancing in the morning sun like tiny sparks of light. Every thud, every scrape, every drop of material felt like a small promise kept. Standing there, watching everything being placed carefully, a wave of gratitude washed over us. These weren't just building materials. They were chapters of a future that we had dreamed about for years. A home is more than a structure, it's a feeling, a hope, a place where moments will live forever. Seeing those materials stacked in front of us was like watching pieces of that future land gently into the present. The workers greeted us with warm smiles, nodding in appreciation of the progress. Their energy was contagious. Even though they had just begun their day, they carried a sense of pride in the work they were about to do. We exchanged a few jokes, light laughter blending with the sounds of unloading. There was a sense of unity among everyone present, one goal, one vision, one shared purpose. For a moment we stood still, taking everything in. The land around us stretched wide and open, glowing softly under the rising sun. Birds called from nearby trees, and the morning breeze brushed across the site as if blessing it. The world felt quiet, yet full. This was more than the start of a workday, it was the start of another beautiful step forward. As the last bag of cement was placed gently on the ground, a feeling of calm strength settled inside. Today wasn't just about materials arriving, it was about the dream moving closer, inch by inch, moment by moment. And with the sun climbing higher, the day opened its arms, ready to be shaped.